Hi everyone, and welcome to Citrus eSchool. This is a student guide to get started at the high school level. First things first is we're going to talk about how to get logged into your Chromebook. With your Chromebook, you're going to log in using your student email, and your password is your capital S, lowercase t, and that full ID number. For this information, if you do not remember it, you can always go to the Citrus County School District website linked here, or open an internet browser and go to citrusschools.org. Here we have ClassLink and Skyward connections, and it will give you all the information that you need. ClassLink is what shows your Skyward and your Canvas apps. It is the first thing that you should go on to when you're getting into your Chromebook every day. When you're getting into your access, if you don't have that ClassLink icon on your desktop, you can always go to the district website or the link here for that ClassLink app. If that's the case, make sure you bookmark it for the next time. You will not be going straight into the Ingenuity app. When you go to ClassLink, all of your curriculum will be through Canvas. So logging into ClassLink, you're going to use your last name, first initial, and the last three of your student ID. And your password, again, is going to be that capital S, lowercase t, and that full student ID. For Skyward, you'll access it through ClassLink, and this shows your schedule for the classes. If your schedule is incomplete, they should be finalized within the third week of school for late enrollees, and if you have any problems, please make sure to reach out to your homeroom teachers. Profiles in Skyward show your username, password, ID information, and remember this year with Citrus eSchool, Skyward will only show grades at the end of each semester. The login username for Skyward is the same as before, but your password varies because student access passwords can be reset by students, so this is not always the case. So make sure that your Skyward access password is what you're using to log in to Skyward. Little tip to remember too, please fill out your emergency contacts for field trips, like to the Marine Science Station. Your Gmail is not part of ClassLink. Here you can have another icon, or in your Google Drive. You can also open an internet browser and go to Gmail. So if you need help, there's a link there. This is where school emails are sent to students. So this is important to check at the beginning of the school year. Get into the routine of checking it once a day, but soon teachers will only communicate through Ingenuity SIS with students to make it a little easier for them. With your Gmail login, you're going to use the school email in your account with the @citrusschools.net, and your password again is the same as ClassLink with that capital S, lowercase t, and full ID number. In ClassLink, this is your Canvas icon. If you're not going into ClassLink and you need that link here with the app, again, it's there for our citrusschools.org website. When you're in Canvas, you need to access your electives, which will be using just the Canvas platform, and your core classes will still have Canvas as their whole page, and you'll do work within Canvas even though it will be taking you to Ingenuity. Your Canvas login, if you need it, is the same as your ClassLink. And for your Ingenuity, this is again where you are not going straight into the Ingenuity app or the browser, because it's an SIS Ingenuity login. And you'll find this linked within your Canvas page on every teacher's homepage, their modules, and other various parts of their Canvas. Each week for Ingenuity classes, you want to progress 7% each week, and I'll show you that breakout here next. And when you log in, this is where teacher communication will be sent. And this is where you can contact your teachers easily through email. For the percent progress goals, if you're hitting that 7% a week, you can see that even if you were to start August 23rd through the 27th, you'll still have a week or two to study before finals. So if you're still getting some classes in Ingenuity, do not fret, you are not behind. In Ingenuity, the login will look like this, and we'll run through that in a demo. You will use the credentials that were sent to you in an email in your Gmail. If you have not received those credentials or you forget your password, please remember you can contact your homeroom teacher at any time. This is also the 2 other contacts for our other high school teachers and our other contacts at our Citrus eSchool. Remember, our Citrus eSchool is at WTC Building 700, and our office hours are 8 to 4. Each week, if you have core classes and electives that end in these teachers' names on your Skyward, this means that you have a required weekly Zoom with them. This is where you go over lessons that are in Ingenuity for extra help, and also other alternative fun things that add to the content to make the mastery easier. If you're unable to make an AM Zoom time, teachers do have alternative PM Zoom times. If you're unable to make any of those AM or PM Zoom times, please make sure you talk to your teachers immediately. There will be a few electives that only teachers within Ingenuity will be teaching, and they will not be having Zooms. They're still there to outreach and help. And if you need any assistance, please talk to your core teachers here at Citrus eSchool. Make sure that Zoom is installed. If you're having problems, here's a link. If you're still having problems with Zoom once you've gone through these steps, contact your homeroom teachers. You will know the Zoom times for each class because they are shown here in pink and they are labeled. Mondays you have electives, Tuesday is science and English, Wednesday is history and fitness, Thursday and Friday are math. You'll also see in the Navy times or alternative PM times where it's just a quick, less than 5-minute pop in and check in with those teachers to make sure that you're doing well. This is your little cheat sheet to see that ClassLink leads to Skyward and to Canvas. In Canvas, you will do your elective classwork, and you'll also have your core Ingenuity work and other electives through this SIS system. And Zoom links will always be listed in Canvas. Remember, Gmail is an outlier on its own. Again, if you have technical issues, contact your homeroom teacher. Now for an example, when you go into ClassLink, you will log in with the information given. This is your apps that show up in your ClassLink, and you have Canvas and you have your Skyward student here first. When you log in, remember using that unique student access password, you'll go to your home page. Yours will look a little different because this is my account. And the most important thing for the start of the school year is your schedule. And here you can see those teachers with the last names that have required weekly Zooms. If you are taking art or Spanish, there's no teacher here listed, so you don't have Zooms with those teachers. Now, what we suggest is as you're getting organized, look at your schedule and our high school schedule. And we've provided a blank tentative schedule that will be on homerooms and on some teachers' course pages. And here we suggest that you look at your schedule and fill in the Zoom times for just your classes to stay organized. Now, in addition, remember that if you can't make a Zoom time, you can always attend an alternative Zoom time. So if you couldn't make the 10:45 science for some reason, then you could always attend the PM. But also in your schedule, try to schedule 5 to 7 hours of classwork for each class per week. Now, this is starting out after the first month. You can see how you want to readjust this. But like a regular school, you're working about 5 to 7 hours per class per week. If we go back to that ClassLink page, here we can see our Canvas. And when we click on that Canvas icon, go to your dashboard. These are the tiles for all your classes. And you'll see that some classes have even put in Zoom times in the day within their class tile. And when you click on a class, it'll take you to a home page. On your home page and within your modules, your teachers will have their own syllabi with information like office hours and how they'll be doing Zooms. They'll have links to Zooms. They'll have Ingenuity buttons that you can click here on the side or within modules. So each Canvas page is a little bit different depending on the teacher, but they have all of this information. And the most important thing is being able to access your Ingenuity SIS login. So when you log in, you're going to use the credentials that were sent to you in Gmail. And this will be your tiles. In Ingenuity, remember your actual grade shows the grades you've been getting on assignment along with missing work. So if you're not on track, then you will have zeros for some work, so it may be lower than what you're actually scoring on assignments. But this is what you want to look at to make sure that you're always maintaining a 70% or higher. Circled here in red is your progress for each class. This is where you want to be getting your 7% each week done per class. To go into a class, you just hit on the tile that you want. So here you go into English by clicking Next Activity. Please remember, if you start a video part way, sometimes the video will start over and you cannot fast forward. By hitting on the course map or anywhere else on the tile that's not on the next activity, this will bring you to your course map where there'll be blue section headers where you can hit a plus sign and see guided notes, and it will also show you your course report. Now, what's great about your course report is it shows due dates and helps you kind of look at what you should be completing each week. You can see that it does not have weekends or holidays. That's been adjusted. And the course report also adjusts if you get behind. So if you're sick for a week or on vacation, you can come back, click on your course report, and it will have new due dates. Other things to know is when you're doing assignments, make sure you complete what's on the slide before moving through the boxes on the bottom or your next activity at the bottom screen. You have to finish what's on the slide. So here, if you got the wrong answers, by clicking the squares where you can have multiple responses, you can click again and hit retry, and then it will tell you your answers. So you really get 2 attempts on these. So you do get points marked off on assignments when you're answering incorrectly, so take your time. And on quizzes that have 10 questions and tests that have 25 questions, cumulative exams will have more. Please know that when you select your answers, you can always save and exit, but if you save and exit, you cannot go back to the questions you have answered. If you also look at a question but leave it blank and don't answer it, it will also be locked. So when you're doing a quiz or test, make sure that you are taking time to complete it to your fullest ability. If you need a quiz retake, because we do put quizzes and tests where you need to get a 60 or 70% depending on the class or better, you will see that you are out of retakes or you need an unlock. You can always ask your teacher for these, but they'll be looking for these alerts and icons. They might require a one-on-one Zoom or a small group Zoom, or they might just clear you and say your test review looks great, or let's talk about some certain questions, go back and let's do guided notes. Know that when you have a need for retakes or maybe a reset for an assignment you did really poorly on, contact your teacher. It's different on a one-on-one basis. And here are your prompts. If you have a lab or a project, you can always move on. You'll see a score pending, but you'll be able to go on the coursework. For quizzes, if you did poorly those 2 times and your teacher's giving you the retake, you'll see this play for the retake icon. And for your test, you'll see this lock screen. Once the teacher unlocks it, you'll see that play button and be able to continue onwards. And that is all. If you ever have questions, please reach out to your teachers. We are here to help you succeed. We'll be seeing you soon.